find our new sound in the song King of the Castle. Before we do that, let's listen to what our song sounds like. Here it is, played on your keyboard. Here are the words. I am king of the castle, cleaning up is such a hassle. So the words are, I am king of the castle, cleaning up is such a hassle. And this person probably says that because castles are huge. So when we look at the sheet music for King of the Castle, we are looking at a couple of different things. Number one, we know that we have our treble clef. Our treble clef tells us to play with our right hand. So that means we're going to play this music. So all of this music that's up here, when we see the treble clef, we are just going to start by playing it with our right hand. So that means that we have to play with our right hand. So as we go to do that, we are also going to see how many beats per measure are there. So let's look at our time signature. It's very close to our treble clef. Oh, let me go back here. That's very close to our treble clef. So when we look at our time signature, we see the 4 over the 4. And now remember, the 4 over the 4 in our time signature means that we are going to see 4 beats per measure. And that's it. Okay, that's all that we're going to see. Okay, so for our time signature, we do have 4 beats. Okay, we can see our different beats in our different heartbeats down here. Now, I don't have the heartbeats up, but you can see I am king. That is our very first one. We can also see the next beat in King of the Castle. Okay, so we can see all 4 of those heartbeats there. I am king of the castle. So even though there are 2 sounds to castle, remember, 2 eighth notes is 1 heartbeat. So when we go to learn how to play this new sound, what we're going to do is we're going to back up here for a second, and we're going to look at one thing. We're going to look at where we already have those new sounds. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a set of stairs. We're going to pretend that we're looking at a set of steps. All right, so we have 3 steps so far, 4, 5, and then 6. And we're going to pretend that these steps are going up, as you can see by my arrow here. So these steps are going up. And what we see here in this step, we have step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that we're going to put our high sound here. Okay, this is our high sound in music. And we know that when we play our high sound in music, we also know that that is a G. So if we look at this a little bit closer, we know that our high sound in music is a G. But when we go to play our low sound, there's a little bit of a skip. High to low. There's a little bit of a skip, so that means that we have to have a little bit of a skip in our music. Okay, so let's look at our low sound. So when we look at our staircase a little bit bigger, we'll see that low sound is also going to be our E. We learned that very early in our time here in music. Okay, so we have a low E there. All right, so we have our high sound and our low sound. So the cool thing is we know that our new sound is right above our high sound. So kind of like when we're looking at some stairs, we can say that our new sound is here, and we know that that is called A. Now if we come over here to our staff, we also know that our A is going to be somewhere different. All right, so if we look at our staff here, this is just some blank staff paper. We are going to look at G on the staff. So G on the staff, we know, is going to be the second line. G is going to be the second line. So that G is going to be right there. We know that E is our first line, and then we also now know that our A is in that second space. Okay, so we have G, E, A. So it does make sense then to look at our chart here and say, all right, so then if we look at our stairs, we know that on our staff, A is above G. We could even move him over here if you wanted. We could put our new A sound up here. It is above our high sound. So now this sounds like this. If we were to go A, G, E, new, high, low. So when we go to play, we look at these stairs and say, okay, so new and high, our A and G are close together, and there's a little bit of distance between our E. So when we go back to our music here for King of the Castle, we are going to see that we start out with 2 Gs. Those are 2 eighth notes. I am king. Now the way that we get to king is when we stretch our hand. That is the way that we get to A. And A is right above G. So we have I am king, stretch, of the castle. Now remember, you're playing pinky, pinky, stretch, pinky, pinky, middle, middle. We know our middle finger of our right hand has an E, so keep that in mind when you're playing. And then G, G, A, G, G, E, E, for cleaning up is such a hassle. Okay, so that's what we have for cleaning up is such a hassle. That's how we play it. And when we're going to find that new sound, what we really want to do is we really want to take the time to say, all right, where is that A? Where is that A in our music? And we see it here in the word king and up is. Now, can you help me out figure what is that A right there? Is that a quarter note or 2 eighth notes? Can you tell me? Good, so we see a quarter note. Good job, so we see a quarter note. Good job. All right, and then over here, if we were to look, we also see 2 eighth notes. Good job, so we see 2 eighth notes. Good job, so you're doing well so far. So we see those 2 eighth notes, and we know where they're going to be going. So you guys are good. You're good at seeing things. So now that we've discussed everything, let's look at it as a whole. Let's look at our picture as a whole. So we know on our stairs here, between G and E, we have a little bit of a step. The sounds are not completely close together. They're a little bit further apart. So we have high and low. Now we can also see that our new sound A is right next to high. They're very close. So we put that very close to it on the stair. Okay? And when we look at king, we see that there is a quarter note for A. And then we also see for up is, for cleaning up is, we see 2 eighth notes. All right, so looking at our big picture, we have now found where our new sound A is. If you have any questions about it, please let me know, and I am here to help.